let's talk about the energy side, right? Because people are still trapped in lines of thinking that it needs to be one thing or another. It can be, you can't use solar, you have to use oil, blah, 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 right? And then you've got Elon saying it's all Kardashev scale, and basically the sun is the largest nuclear reactor we will ever need, and that's enough. We just need to figure all that out. And then the oil people are like, no, you can't do that. But you have a fundamental different understanding of how this all comes together, and distributed grids and all of this. So talk through your energy thesis.
Yeah, I mean, energy is one of those spaces or domains where you really sense the politics at play in people's thinking. People have political allegiances that sort of bleed into their thinking about energy. And look, I totally get that. We all have our politics. So one of the first pieces I wrote for the Exponentialist was about the energy transformation. And some people sort of, they just react very strongly to the message that renewables and solar and wind are going to be an ever greater part of the energy mix, and probably in the end are going to be almost all of it. And they're like, oh, intermittency and the sun doesn't always shine and all this stuff, and which there's some truth in that. But I suppose I'm fundamentally with Elon, I think, on energy at least. You can sense the direction this is going in. It's moving towards a decentralized energy system based on solar, based on wind, and with extremely smart technologies to manage that, to manage storage and to manage the movement and management of that energy. And if you look at, the cost decreases, what underpins that vision of mine is if you look at the cost decrease of solar, the cost decrease of wind over the last, 20 years, it's just one of the most stunning exponentials we've ever seen. And people talk about it, and that's undeniable, and it's going to continue.
And it's the same with batteries. People say, well,
right,
storage is the issue, but fuck, the chart is vertical.
Yeah. And people then talk about intermittency but as you just said, the storage technologies are developing. Again, they're becoming exponentially better, exponentially more effective. And we're not going to have to move this energy around as much as people think, because it's going to be a deeply decentralized energy system.
Because people
cannot make the leap away from a deeply centralized energy system. And that's why they struggle to imagine what I'm talking about.
Because they say things like, well, the grid can't cope.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not the same grid. So, explain this decentralization, because we're seeing it with nuclear as well. Small-sized nuclear reactors being built by companies for their needs, right?
Yeah. I mean, a decentralized energy system is, in practice, is as simple as, look, we're all going to have our own solar panels. We're going to have our own windmills. We're going to have a local battery, like in your backyard. Like this isn't rocket science. I mean, the technologies fueling it are incredible, but it's not a rocket science vision. It's just a vision people find very hard to sort of make the leap to. We're very accustomed to a deeply centralized, state-controlled, essentially, energy system. And what I'm saying is we're going to move towards a decentralized, citizen-controlled energy system where, you've got solar panels on your roof and windmills and all the rest of it. Now, look, I'm not saying that does all of it, because I can already read the comments coming in on YouTube. I'm not saying that does all of it. I'm not saying there's no room in the mix or need.
No, I mean, I think
for fossil fuels, there is for sure. We will have that, but the direction in which this is trending, the mega trend here, is undeniable.
Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end. Look, if you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button and check out the video here on the right-hand side. I'm sure you'll enjoy that one as well. And if you're ready for more, go to realvision.com/join. I'll see you there.